Look what I found at my local farm stand. Lots of different hot and not so hot peppers. If that doesn't scream hot sauce at you, I don't know what will. This is the kind of recipe where you really want to wear gloves. If you ever rubbed your eyes after handling hot peppers, you had a very painful experience. We start with the ingredients. Chop up some onions. I'm adding a carrot for a little sweetness and color. My garden still offered a few late tomatoes. After taking out the green bits, I squeeze all the water out. The extra water adds nothing to the party. In the pot they go. Now for the peppers. I'm using mild peppers for flavor, color and of course as a filler. Hot sauce made exclusively from hot peppers is often too hot to enjoy. Take the seeds out of the mild peppers and throw out the stems too. Both have bitter compounds you don't want in your hot sauce. Chop the peppers into rough pieces. Everything will cook down anyways, so no need to do a nice dice. Here come the hot peppers. Since these are all small varieties, it's enough to break off the stems and discard them. If you have a little larger peppers, you may need to use a knife to take the stems off. Try to keep your head as far away from the fumes as you can. The moment you start cutting or breaking hot peppers, they release the capsaicin. Make sure your kitchen is well ventilated for this or you suffer the consequences. Once all the veggies and peppers are in the pot, add about 3 cups of distilled vinegar for every 2 pounds of peppers or veggies. Of course you can use any vinegar, other than balsamic maybe. Try to use a vinegar that complements the flavors you're trying to achieve. Apple cider vinegar does work well with hot sauce. Now add a teaspoon or 2 of salt. Stir to combine, cover and let simmer on low until things start to break down. When everything starts to soften, add a dash of orange juice for some extra sweetness and flavor. Of course, that's optional. You do want the olive oil or some other oil though. It gives the sauce a subtle creaminess. My sauce turned out to be pretty watery, so I decided to thicken it up a little by adding acorn squash. I had that sitting around waiting to be used. I could just have added another carrot or parsnip instead. Simmering the sauce uncovered to evaporate water would also be an option if your sauce is too thin. Just make sure to ventilate really well if you do that. I added the acorn squash and left the lid half open to evaporate a little water too. There are several methods to proceed from this point. If you have a good blender, you can simply blend everything until smooth. I don't have a good blender, so I'm going the old-fashioned route and mash everything up with a potato masher. You could pass the result through a sieve, but I have Grandma's good old food mill, which is perfect for this job. If you've never seen a food mill before, it's a simple way to separate solids from liquids, and it pops right into the dishwasher afterwards. That done, bring the finished sauce back to a boil for bottling. This is the time for last adjustments. Have a taste and see if the sauce needs more salt or maybe a spoonful of sugar to soften the blow. I ordered woozy bottles on Amazon and they came with those nice little funnels. As you can see, unless your sauce is really thin, those things just don't work. Lucky I had a funnel with a larger hole that fit the bottles. Of course you could use a turkey baster to fill them. Using a skewer is a good way to get that sauce through that funnel quicker. This of course depends on the thickness of your sauce. I needed to speed mine up because you don't want the sauce to cool too much. You still want it hot enough to kill most bacteria in the bottle. The vinegar in the sauce will do the remaining preservation. The amount of vinegar in this sauce makes it shelf stable for several months. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.